Fireside Conversations.
Welcome, everyone. So one of my amazing teachers used to tell me this Joseph Campbell quote that went like this, that society began to fall apart when we stopped living in tribe and in community. And right now, our society, everyone's in their boxed car and they're watching their boxed phone and their boxed TV, going to their boxed houses. There's no circle. There's no real connection for people to be able to interact with each other or learn from each other or take care of each other.
Yeah, people used to die in their homes and they were born in their homes. So birth and death were part of life, and now we push it all away and nobody wants to see these things. So we're slowly losing our humanity. Generations would pass down to generations of what to do in all these situations, so we were self-sufficient. We are no longer. We're losing that. And now with the introduction of AI, it's going to degrade humanity even further if we don't take action, if we don't claim what's rightfully ours. And truly, those of you that know us know we have a company called Freedom Alchemist, and we are freedom junkies.
Yeah.
We truly live for freedom. And if you don't have your health, you can't hope for any freedom. It consumes everything. And so over the last, we've been in this game a long time. And we've seen so many, like thousands of people, and what shifted them and what didn't. And always seeing it clearly now from this zoomed out perspective, it's tribe. Tribe is what makes all the difference, and tribe is what everyone's missing, especially during COVID. We completely separated, and I don't think we've fully come back together in the best of ways. And there's a lot of division, there's a lot of us versus them, and really, it was terrifying. Why we feel, at school when you got laughed at or picked on or left out is because our origins, if you were thrown out of the tribe, you would surely die. Now, people are, children getting bullied at schools are starting to do some pretty scary things, people, they're taking their own lives. It is still inherently the deepest part of us, the sense of wanting to belong,
right,
to needing to belong. And that's what's missing. And with AI, we felt it was so necessary to create a place where people come back to the fire, where storytelling and songs and connectedness is the key to our humanity, is the key. Like, we can't outthink AI, we can't beat them in many ways, but they can never be human. And our humanness is our strength and our power. And so the remembering of our humanness is what we care about.
Yeah. So we have this amazing community that we're building, and it's a place of connection and simplicity and rhythm and community, and having a place for you to gather and sort of remember who you are, but also show up in a way that other people get to know who they are through you. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of the beauty of when you show up together in a circle or in a intimate space and you stand with each other, you get to see who you are through other people's eyes.
Yeah, because one of our favorite things is that we discovered many years ago, and
many moons,
and we've been teaching all along, is that the version of you that you think you are isn't actually who you are.
Yeah, so, like who you know yourself to be may not actually be who you are, because we all invent these survival identities to get through. Whether if your dad wasn't there, then you create this strength, and if you're cheated on, you decide that all men are crap, and then your whole life is shaped by that thing, and who you almost like build up this armor and this identity that might not be who you are. It's what you've designed to survive, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's who you are at your soul and at your core.
And the coolest part about this is every single person that knows you. I want you to think about that. Like, there might be, maybe you have 10 to 20 that are your closest dearest that truly know you. And then if you go out to people you went to school with, people at the grocery store, people you know, you're a greater community for your whole life, we're talking like a couple hundred people. If you're really popular, maybe 1,000, who knows, right? But the reality is that every single one of those people has a different version of you in their mind.
Yeah.
And the freedom of that is we think we have to be this way. Like, oh, everyone knows me as this. I have to be this. But we have the ability to be and create whoever we want to be in any given moment. That's why when you travel to another country, nobody knows you. It's a different language. You can be whatever you want to be. You know, that's why people love travel, because they get the freedom of being able to create themselves newly in this new environment. And so what we wanted to create is a community of people that listen and look for your greatness in a with simplicity, because so many things out there are so complicated, and we're a part of that. We want to raise our hands. We love the health industry, not the sickness industry. We hate that one.
The sick care system.
Sick care system. but there's so many amazing things we're learning about what can elevate your body, and it's always coming back to the basics. But in our excitement, we have overwhelmed people with so much information and so much knowledge that it's like everyone's like ends up deer in headlights.
It's loud and it's overstimulated, and you don't take action because you have so many decisions to make that you just don't make any. Or you have this list of things you have to do, and you just get overwhelmed and you just don't do anything.
Yeah. So what we've, in watching everyone over these years, and in our complete mission to constantly, like, how do we help the planet, like everyone, rise so that they know their power, so that they can know freedom, what it is for them. And it always starts with your health. It has to, whether it's mental health, body health, it has to start there, because you don't have your health, you really got nothing. So we have we've created this new philosophy. It's not, we didn't create it, we're just creating the philosophy of it, which we're affectionately calling caveman philosophy. And it's basically, it's our biology. It's like how to get back to the basics. Because guess what? Of all the hackers, what's that guy that spends $2 million a year to keep himself young?
Brian Johnson.
There's all these people, and it's like, how can we keep up with all these people that are doing all these things that cost millions of dollars, and the peptides, and the this, and the this, and this? Like, how do we do it? You don't need to. The reality is, if you have the foundations fabulous, your health and your life will upgrade exponentially, because guess who was superhuman? Guess who had superhuman abilities and didn't have any of that? Cavemen. They could carry massive things. They could walk. Everyone's like, woohoo, I walked, 15,000 steps. I'm amazing. They did that on a daily, like plus. We were travelers, all the cavemen. They had to forage. They had to hunt animals. They had to do all these things.
They had to, once they would catch their meat, they'd have to carry it back.
Yeah, and cut it up.
And it was just full time. There was no depression. There was no time for depression. They were moving, and they were when the sun went down, they would go to sleep. They probably lived near a stream, so they were being hydrated through either their fruits or vegetables and their stream, and they had that community, like something that they, you had to pull your weight or you were kicked out of the tribe. Like,
and then you would die. Because a lion would get you or something, right? So the whole thing is, how do we bring this back so everyone has access and everyone feels seen, heard, and not confused? Really simplicity, but making it fun and in community. And the caveman philosophy is 5 different things: water, nutrition, food, movement, tribe, and sleep. That's it. If you get these 5 foundations right, you are guaranteed a life of health span with longevity. We everyone's talking about longevity, and we are longevity experts, but we don't care about living a long life. We care about living fully to the last days of your life. You know, I'd rather...
Yeah, that last decade could have a lot of pain for you if you're, if you're not doing the work now. And if you're not taking care of yourself right now. And you don't want to live a long time if it's in misery and pain and isolated, not remembering your name or your kids' names. You want to have health span, not just lifespan.
Yeah, sitting in a nursing home out of tubes. And this is also, when people died in the home, their family rallied around them and cared for them. And there was love and connection. Whereas when people just go, I can't look at it, they just shove older folk in a home, and then they just wither away and die. It's not how we're supposed to go. It's not, but nobody wants to look at it.
Right.
So if you've ever had an ailing parent, and you know how hard that is, and I guarantee, I know everyone that I know that's cared for someone that was sick or dying was like, I never want to be that burden to my children or someone else. And so how we do that is by taking tiny actions every single day until they become who you are. Now, we are anti-diet culture. We are anti-hustle, anti all of this stuff, like anti everything that this whole health industry has told you need to be in order to be fit. You do not. You need to come home to your body. You need to have rhythms, just like the cavemen did, rhythms that support your body. Now, obviously, we're not in a world that's pure and like no glyphosates in the water. And like, there's all of these environmental factors that are getting in the way of you having optimal health. So there's things you have to do to negate that. But the first and foremost thing you have to do is get your body back into rhythm. And so for those that are, like, oh, I'm trying to release some weight. The weight is, or I have anxiety or depression. These are all side effects.
They're symptoms. Yeah,
symptoms.
They're not the root cause.
They're not the root cause. So you get back to these rhythms, and these symptoms will vanish.
Yeah.
Without medications, without all of that stuff. You get your body into the rhythm. Bodies know how to heal. They have infinite wisdom. They were created in perfection, and they know what to do, but you have to stop all of the influences that get in the way. And we're going to talk about dopamine depletion in a few days, which some of you be like, what is that? And it's like, we're all suffering from it, so we're going to talk to you about that. We're going to do these every week for the next 4 weeks, by the way, fireside conversations about our culture, humanity, how to navigate and really thrive in this world.
Yeah.
So we invite you. It's going to be 10:30 every single Wednesday for this is the first of 4.
If you guys can let us know in the chat just what community means to you, so we can get a couple things, because community kind of means something different. Growing up, I grew up in church, and I grew up with a lot of community. I hated going because they would make us go Wednesdays and twice on Sunday. And looking back, though, it was such a transformational time, and it was so, my parents created a lot of tradition and a lot of community out of that. And people, I remember people bringing apples out of the back of their cars that they had come from and giving everyone apples, and other people taking care of people's lawns. I just remember there was a real heart of togetherness and taking care of one another. So let me know in the comments what it means to you, community.
And also let us know if you feel lonely.
Camping, yeah.
Sometimes in these, we might have family all around us or people all around us, and we still feel desperately alone.
Sure.
And that means we don't feel seen and heard for who we are, or our magic, or our special gift, our magic we bring to the world. That's not being recognized. And so let us know like what it is for you.
And we wanted to create a place that was affordable and simple and actionable, that was really exciting every time you come back. The way that the amazing program that we're using really rewards you for showing up, and it's gamified in a way, and not only will you you'll be, every time you like log in to check your progress and be a stand for others, you get rewarded in a certain way. So it's a really unique system that we've created to help you just stay accountable to these simple promises, getting you back to the basics,
back to origin, back to your
that's
origins.
why it's called origin.
It's
but
called
it's
origin,
yeah, and we wanted to create something that's accessible for everybody. So this is one of those.
And we want to also talk about, so if you've ever been with us, there's programs, right? And we've had very successful programs because we have a high level of community, but when we're not coaching, maybe that would fall down. So what we wanted to create is not another program, because who here has like 3 to 10 to 20 programs sitting in their computer that they have not fully finished?
Yes.
I think we all do. We're all like this thirst for knowledge, but if you don't feel seen or supported or connected, you don't show up to the work. And everyone's trying to tout all their courses like, buy this, buy this, buy this. And you think, this sounds great. And then you don't do any of it because there's no pull. There's no tribe. There's no community having you come there. We've done specific things over time where we really doubled down on our accountability and community.
Yeah.
And people, many, many, many years, sometimes some of them 6 years later, are still meeting every month.
Yes.
Because we created that bond back then. And so we realized that this is so necessary, especially in this day and age, especially in AI, where everyone's like, what is the world going to look like? And I always like to joke because it's like, if Terminator happens from AI, which some people say it will, don't you want to be like Linda Hamilton, powerful and strong like a caveman, instead of like sitting on your sofa, not able to run if you need to? You want that power. You want not just for that silly situation, which could be a reality, but you want it because you get to live your life powerfully. You get to enjoy your life. If you have strength, if you can move, if you're not a burden to your family. And you do that through tiny, simple daily things. Now, let me tell you about what this is. It's not a program. Done with programs with this.
Yeah, you don't have to log in and watch a bunch of videos. It's
No.
it's a system. It's very different.
And it's all in tribe. And so you get rewarded for showing up, you get rewarded for caring about other people. It's a totally new system, and we're learning it too, but it's all set up so that every single person feels seen, heard, and loved. And it's community led. It's not about us sitting there talking to you like you're watching a TV show. It's how do you step up? How do you be great for other people? How do you be great for yourself? It's a system that is supported by your tribe. And then we're going to be doing fun extra things like fireside conversations in evenings where we sing, like this singing, not just us, you two, singing and storytelling. Again, you guys are part of the storytelling, like sitting around a fire and communing like they did back in the time, so we can continue to remember that we are in this beautiful tribe, that we're part of something special, and we're raising the standard of what it is to just be healthy as an identity, not trying to lose weight for a special event or get rid of my depression or my anxiety. Like all of the we're not about the symptoms. We're about the root cause of identity that has you doing tiny things every day that lead you to the path of health. As an identity, it just becomes who you are. It's for there's challenges every single month. We have it easy, medium, and hard. Now, you might be a super athlete and you're like, this month's really busy for me. I'm going to choose the easy challenge. It's not about, we're not rewarding those doing hard. The reward is who can stay in the identity and be the most consistent and show up for themselves every day. Because you do that, your life starts to change. You start to become what it is to be a caveman. You get into rhythms that support your whole biology so that health is just a given. Now, who here wouldn't love health to be a given? You never have to worry about naked pain. You never have to worry about all the things you have. You don't have to think about what you're eating every time because you naturally gravitate towards good food that feeds your body.
Yeah,
like,
man.
who would love health is just a given for them? And anyone that's really sick right now is like, that's just not possible. I'm telling you it is. It might take more time if you're very, very sick and you're on a ton of medications. It might take more time, but if you're committed to the process, this will happen faster than anything that the sick care system can do for you.
Yeah, because it'll be addressing the root cause. And what origin is a system for you to fulfill on your promises to yourself. Rather than, so you have some accountability and you have some way of showing up for yourself and seeing it and measuring it. Because if you aren't measuring your success or your progress, you won't know where you're at. So it's a way of staying present to your miracles and other people's miracles and celebrating each other, but inside of a very systemized, organized approach. Like,
simple.
Very simple.
Not like Paul or Kate sometimes get. We get complicated.
We get excited about wanting to share like
everything.
And I'm a bit of a nerd in some ways, especially with some of this. You know, I have a background. Most of you know, but I have my functional nutrition degree. But earlier in my life, I had to stay in shape for modeling. Like I was on Men's Health, Men's Fitness, Men's Journal, like covers with my shirt off. And so I had to, in my 20s, be like ripped 8% body fat. So I really learned and loved taking care of myself, but it was from the outside in. Then my dad got sick, and it shifted my approach to understanding root cause of heavy metals and mold and detoxifications. And my dad passed away of ALS, Lou Gehrig's disease. And that was a 10-year journey of looking at detoxification and how some of these diseases that are neurological, and why there's so many people that you know now that have ALS and Alzheimer's and dementia and MS, and how the C word is on the rise. We can't say C on these. Did you know that? They won't even. They'll
really?
Stop.
Wow.
They'll stop. They won't allow anybody else to see the replay. Can't even talk about. Like
the thing
the potential remedy for something
1 in 2 Americans will get.
Yeah. So this is
and that's also a symptom.
Yeah.
It's not the end. It's a symptom.
It's your body.
Your body going.
Communicating.
You've not been listening.
You're not listening. So wake up and listen. But that's my background a little bit. And then Kate brought me into Freedom Alchemist 7 years ago.
Dragged
me in.
Because he's so good at this stuff.
Yeah,
and he taught me so much. And I was like, people need to know these basic things.
And it can be fun, and it can just be integrated in your lifestyle.
Yeah.
Where your environment's pulling for it, where you just look at yourself in the mirror and you love what you see, and you enjoy being in your body rather than resenting that person for all their bad choices.
And you radiate joy and love. When you're healthy, you shine from the inside.
It's true.
You become far more beautiful. Like, you have more opportunity. Things come your way. It's like, because it's like God and universe is rewarding you for taking care of this special vessel, this God-given beautiful vessel.
Facts.
So if you take care of this, the world responds to that in kind. So we wanted to, I've been on this constantly. Everyone that knows me, I'm like, how do I do this? Do I need to get like all of this stuff or all of this stuff? And there's spaciousness to have more advanced levels, but I've always wanted to make sure everyone could have access. Now, this program, you can, it's less than $1 a day. We're doing founding memberships. We want the founders to be really special. So founding memberships are $2.99 for the whole year. You get to stay on that price for life as long as you are a founder, as long as you don't leave. And it's a $180 discount from the regular yearly price. And so if this is like, I can afford $1 a day, less than 80 cents a day, that to have a community, to have health as my baseline, to have the identity of a healthy person, yes. But don't come if you're going to sit and do nothing and not support other people. We only want our founders to be people that can show up. And now, at the moment, you might be like, I can barely show up for myself. That's okay. But as long as you can be honest about it, and as long as you are willing to show up for others, once you know how to.
Yeah, a lot of the folks that we've worked with show up for others and forget to show about themselves, and they become a bit of a victim or a Martha, a little bit of a martyr, where they're like, I have to take care of my mother. I've seen several comments of that. But when they do it, they neglect their own health. I'm sure you guys could raise your little cartoon hand if that's been you ever. And so showing up for others doesn't mean neglecting yourself. And I think that when people think about self-care or putting themselves first, that they're neglecting others. So we just want to sort of redefine that in language. When you show up for others, it's also, in a sense, like in an airplane, you still have to put your mask on first. And you'd make sure you're doing your simple food, walking, sleep, eat, and prioritizing your water and being in your community. And then from that place of confidence and power, your way of living actually inspires others. It's not about you getting in and like telling everyone what to do and helping other people succeed. No, you literally are in there doing your best work, and as you're doing that, you inspire others. And of course, there's mentors and people learning. But I just want to redefine what it means to take care of yourself. It's not, self-care is not selfish. And some of y'all are like, I'm just going to take care of everyone else, and you neglect yourself. And so that's just want to redefine what we mean by showing up for others. Yeah. You do show up for yourself first.
Yes, absolutely. But sometimes in order to show up for ourselves, we need to support others, especially if you're someone that is naturally that way. So it's a way of being accountable yourself. This isn't a place where you tell others what to do and you don't do it. So I love with so many people we've helped. I always say children do what we do. They don't do what we say. They watch us. And if you're telling your kids to eat their broccoli, but then you're fanging on some chips, then they're gonna go and sneak chips when you're not looking. Right. So you have to be the example you want to see as well. So that's how it all works in community. By the way, if you're like, yes, I want to be a founder, I want to be a part of this, I want fireside conversations, I want connection, comment origin in the comments. If you're watching this later, you can't comment. It won't work now. So you have to DM on Instagram. If you comment, it doesn't trigger it in the moment like that. Oh, really? No, you have to. I mean, somebody try it. Somebody comment the word origin and see if you get a link. But as far as I know, later too, when y'all are watching this on a replay, you can comment once the video's up. And you can also DM us that word origin, and you'll get and the link is in our bio on Freedom Alchemist as well. Yeah. Also, freedom-alchemist.com is the website. And then you can really look at all of it. By the way, there's a bunch of people here going, I'm signing up and I'm seeing your names. If you are part of Freedom Portal, our membership that's been going for 5 years, you are grandfathered in. You don't need to buy anything. Or grandmother. Or you are in this. So any of our original Freedom Portal, you are a founding member already, so you do not need to buy again, just so you know. So Loy, you're a part of that. Joined. Woohoo! Welcome. That's exciting. So, and if you, did you guys, Charlene, did you, let me know if you got the link. Charlene's in. So she's a founder. And by the way, guys, founders not only do you get the same price for life, you will get we're doing these fireside conversations, and we're doing one more next week, and then the next 2 weeks anyone that's a founder gets a special Zoom link, and we're going to give you special Q&A and coaching at the end of that. You'll also get more of Paul and I as we're building the founders, because we're building the platform for everyone to thrive. And so whoever our founders is going to get special attention, so that you know how to be a leader, how to support those, how to really step into your power. And that means you, like, when you have to be a leader, when you have to be a part of something and be an active participant, then you have to be your word to yourself, so you get faster results. And so anyone in this founder group is going to get radical results. And we are only accepting a very small amount. We're going to start with 30 founders, 30 new founders, not including our Freedom Portal. So if you are new and you're like, I want to be a part of this, I want to build this from the ground up and be in this really special thing, then don't hesitate, because we're only got a certain amount of founders left, and then once that's done, it's done.
There's someone in France. Yes, you can enroll in France because there's no set time, like we're going live. It won't be in the middle of the night for you. It's just a system. It's not like a normal program where you won't be taught things. You will through the things that we share, but you can do it in any time zone. There's not going to be a set time where everybody's on and you're not. So yes, you could do it from anywhere in the world at any time, which is really unique about this one. And
all time zones around the world, because we have a lot of people in Australia and Asia and Europe that always want to be a part of it, but they're like, I can't wake up in the middle of the night.
And it's so
this will run 24/7 based on wherever you are in the world, and you can access it. And it's about how you show up and just logging in, showing up, like commenting on people, standing for people, making sure you take your tiny actions. It's one small action
every day,
every single day. And in order to basically win your challenge, you need to do 25 out of 30 days doing that tiny action. And these tiny actions build up to being monumental
over time,
life changes, really identity shifts. Like you might be a couch potato that just barely can walk, and I guarantee you could become a marathon runner if you do these tiny things and you're building up. So this is something that we wanted to make it something that people can be in for their life, to be inspired, to show up, to really know what it is to be a vibrant, healthy person for the rest of their lives. And you also have access to support, anyone in our world. If they're like, my sister has cancer, or this is we can give you said
the word.
we can help with those sorts of things, or navigate these harder life situations where sometimes
Debbie joined. Awesome.
people are, you don't know what to do, you don't know where to go, and all we know is what this doctor is saying, and they're like, if it feels wrong in your body, but you're like, I don't know what else to do, I'm scared. Then you have resources for all of these sorts of things. So it's like, this is a community where we are going to raise the bar on what everyone can have in health. And when your health is good, everything else falls into place. So, I think that's it.
And so just at the root cause, you'll be dealing with your identity. So Kate has another really amazing program about called Identity Code. But inside of this, as you show up for yourself, you'll get to look at who you are and what it takes to show up, how you see yourself as somebody who goes and walks every day, or goes and is actually shows up for themselves and is their word to themselves. And that's how you actually build confidence, and you reconstruct your identity in this moment, not from something in the past that you're trying to fix or change or survive. And so we will be sharing this system with you that you'll be able to really show up for yourself in the most unique, consistent, powerful way that you ever have.
Yay! Join. There's a lot of join. Someone said I did.
They're just joining my live.
I did not.
They're joining my live.
Oh, are they? Oh.
Welcome.
Kate's not technologically advanced.
You're advanced in many other ways. You can read. She can read minds.
I can't. By the way, someone said, "Is it only current members to be a founder?" So current members of Freedom Portal will be a founding member, and then the first 30 people to join the founders. So you don't want to miss out on being one of those, because it is locked in for life. It means that 80 cents a day, you get to have a tribe of people that care about your health, your life, being seen, being heard, feeling loved. Great music. Great music and great storytelling. There's going to be a lot of storytelling, because how we all learned back in those days is through story. You know, if you think about when you're learning something, if it's just knowledge, it's like, ugh. But if someone personalizes it and tells a story of what they went through, how they overcame it or something, you remember the stories. And so we're basing this around storytelling, fireside, communing, and it's different. It's really special, and we really want very special magical people to be a part of the beginning of this, because we want to change the world.
Yes, and then you're going to get eventually a sweater that says I'm an OG. I'm an original.
I'm an OG.
As a part of the foundation, and these are when you change, just like building a house, when you get the foundation right, no matter what winds blow, and everyone has circumstances that come, someone will die, somebody will get sick. But if you have those foundations, and a lot of our current family know this, they're walking, they're drinking their water with minerals, they're getting good sleep, they are eating real food, and they're connected to a community. No matter what winds blow or circumstances come, your foundation is strong, and your house won't topple. And how many of you, when circumstances get hard, you just go back to grabbing the chips, you go back to binge watching Netflix, you reach for something sweet to comfort you? What if you get to the root cause of that, and your foundation is, when life comes at you, and it will, you don't reach for something that's going to make you sick, tired, and overwhelmed. You actually know, okay, this is where I go and I walk. This is where I reach out to someone in the community. This is where I drink water. This is where I get to make sure my sleep hygiene is well. And you learn to actually take care of yourself in a way that you can then show up and be such a light to your family and a rock and the foundation that other people can build on, because you're not being toppled with every wind that comes. And circumstances are going to come. And you don't have to be a victim to circumstances that come if you have your foundation strong.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man.
So comment Origin or
if you're watching
DM
this video,
if you're watching. So I think afterwards though.
After they can comment.
So if in the replay you can comment Origin,
and you'll get a
if
link.
you're doing it right now, DM us. Otherwise, wait till it loads and then get on and comment Origin.
And you can also go to freedom-alchemist.com, and you can look at Origin there, and be a part of our founding members. Be a part of
our OG family.
Yeah, I can't wait to get those sweaters designed. And
I know, okay. I know. So many fun things coming, and there's it's a whole thing. We'll tell you more about next week. We're going to jump into another facet. We're going to tackle nervous system regulation, dopamine depletion, all these things that sound really weird, but everyone is suffering from them, and how to negate that. Yeah.
So next Wednesday, right here at this time at 10:30, we had a few technical difficulties. So it should be about.
What? Never.
It should be about 30 minutes. The call. It shouldn't be. We're over time at the moment. And so tell somebody that you want to do this with, or someone that you think might enjoy being a part of this founding group with us, and have them come next week, or just have them join. Okay.
And someone just asked quickly, it's a one-time fee of $297. It's $297 for the year, so it's less than 80 cents a day. And then if you are a founding member, you get that price forever.
Yep. Ooh la la.
And that's an $180 discount from the regular price.
Okay.
All right.
Don't sleep on it. Okay.
Make it happen. Make it happen. Bye.
Bye. See ya.